Hey, what's going on? It's Syke here. So me and my mom took a road trip to the coast, and there and back, I went to about 5 or 6 Targets, and I got all this stuff. So yeah, let's get right into it. I tried to do it from best to worst. I don't know how well I did, but first off, either one of these two are the best find. First off, I found a Motorola Moto G7. It works perfectly fine. It had no passcode. Or no, it had a pattern, but it was literally an L shape, and I guessed it. And I deleted the Google account, and now it's set up with all my stuff on it. So yeah, it's a pretty nice phone, actually. So yeah, this is definitely a pretty good find. Next up, got this iPhone 8. The reason why it has a black screen is because this was the screen that was on it, just completely smashed. Somehow the glass is in like near mint condition, but the screen itself is destroyed. This is either like repaired by someone who's like very terrible at repairs, or somehow they dropped it and the screen completely smashed, but didn't completely come off the phone. Sadly, the Touch ID was completely ripped and gone, so I did not get that. It could be somewhere in the Target bin that I checked, but that Target bin was literally filled with stuff, so I wouldn't have been able to find it anyways, and I had to go quick because I grabbed a lot of stuff from that specific bin. Oh, for some reason it has the has blue tape right here, so that makes me think this was like a replacement screen, and maybe the person messed up the repair and the screen got completely destroyed. I honestly don't know the story behind this, but I put a black screen on, and this phone works perfectly fine. Has my stuff on it. The only problem is the home button doesn't work. And I used a black screen because that's all I had. I'll be getting a white screen for this very soon, as well as a JC home button, so I at least have home button functionality. The cool thing about this iPhone 8 is it is a 256 gigabyte, as you can see right there. It's on 14.3 because it had a passcode, so I had to reset it. It's on AT&T. However, go down here and it says no SIM card restrictions. So this phone is technically unlocked, which is super cool. Battery health is not the best. It's at 81%, but still, this is a fully working iPhone 8. 256 gigabyte. Only thing that doesn't work is the home button. And for some reason on this screen, the front-facing camera does not work. So I'll probably have to transfer the ribbon cable from this, transfer everything from here, and put it on there, because everything here seems to be in good shape. So yeah, next up, found this LG Q7 Plus. It works perfectly fine. Fingerprint scanner and everything works. It's just a bit cracked. It came with no passcode, but it had a Google account on it, so I erased the Google account and reset it. But yeah, fingerprint scanner. This is a pretty nice phone. Next up, found this Moto E5 Go. I have a couple of these. Like, there are many different versions of the E5, so yeah, this is one of the versions without the fingerprint scanner, another one, and it works perfectly fine. Next up, I found this iPhone 6s. This phone is actually in near mint condition. It's a 32 gigabyte on AT&T. Taking the LifeProof off. It actually came with this LifeProof case, which is super nice. It's a really nice, good condition LifeProof case. And the phone itself is in near mint condition. So, yeah, sadly, this phone has a passcode and it's FMI on. But, yeah, this is in really good condition and definitely a good parts phone. And it even has the SIM card, so I can contact the owner. Most of these iPhones that are iCloud locked have SIM cards, so I can contact the owner. Next up, found this 6S. Has a passcode, same story. It's 16 gigabytes, though, and it's shattered, and it's FMI on. This one has a SIM card, so I can contact the owner. Found this iPhone SE. Also has a passcode, also FMI on. Has a dead touchscreen though. Like, it came with this screen that has a dead touchscreen. Even if I hold on here, no touch. So this screen is completely cooked. It is FMI on. I think this one, yeah, this one's also 32 gigs. Also has a SIM card, so I can contact the owner. Try not to show the faces as best as possible. Here you have this HTC One M9. It shows no signs of life. I plugged it in for a while and it just did nothing. Used 2 different chargers on this thing. Next up, got an iPhone 6. This one has a passcode. Also FMI on, but sadly it has no SIM card, so I can't contact the owner. Here I have another iPhone 6. By the way, these are both 64 gig, space gray. This one's very shattered. Also has a passcode, but it does have a SIM card, so I can contact the owner on that. Next up is two Galaxy S4s that work perfectly. I just set them up with nothing on them because I don't have a use for them. Honestly, I just have so many S4s that I don't even care. Fun fact, these both came, oh, this one came off, but these both came with a little camera sticker thing on them. This one still has it on. They're both on Verizon, so maybe they were thrown out by the same owner, who knows? Because I found these in one of the Targets. Here I have this iPhone 5. It is 32 gigabytes, and it is running iOS 7.1.2. So, yeah, it's on Sprint, unfortunately. But weirdly enough, this phone was set up with nothing on it. So, like, I got it, and it literally, thing is with this phone is the power button's really stiff. But it literally came like this with nothing on it. Like, oh, and it just died. But, yeah, so maybe someone tried to set it up, and then, like, they just didn't need it. I don't freaking know. It's weird. Here you have this HTC. I think this is a HTC Desire 626S, if I'm not mistaken. It just vibrates, but nothing appears on the screen, so it definitely has a dead LCD, and it's very easy to bend this phone. Oh, and I just cracked it more. Yeah, this phone has a dead LCD. Like, the LCDs break on these phones very easily, because I found a couple of them with dead LCDs, or, like, broken LCDs. Speaking of broken LCDs, this HTC, I don't know what model it is, but it has a very messed up LCD. Oh, and now it's showing colors. Like, before it was showing some signs of life. Like, you could see some stuff on the screen. Oh, like this. Like, yeah, clearly the LCD is super messed up on this phone. I can't even fix this, because so maybe it has a partially messed up digitizer. Can't even get past this crap, so I can't even use this phone. So it'll just probably sit in my collection. 6%. I charged these good enough so that they would stay on. But I didn't charge them like fully, so some phones like this 5 may die. Here you have this iPhone 4. It has a shattered back. It came with this really crappy case. Taking off the case, the back is completely shattered, and it's iCloud locked, so this thing is useless. It doesn't even have a SIM card, so I couldn't contact the owner if I wanted to. It's not even worth contacting the owner on a 4, but you know. So this is junk. Next up, we have another iPhone 4, also CDMA. However, this one I plugged in for like 2 hours, and it would only show the dead battery sign. It's on iOS 4 to like 6. It's on like iOS 4, 5, or 6. But I literally charged it for like 2 hours, and it would only stay on this. It probably has a bad battery because the back's popping out. I don't know if that's because of like a bloated battery or something. But I'll leave it plugged in for like maybe overnight and see what happens. I really don't want the battery to bloat up though, so I'll maybe leave it on for like a couple hours until I go to bed. Next up, found this LG Optimus Zone 2. It's really scratched, but it works perfectly fine. For some reason, I've really wanted an LG Optimus Zone 2 for like the longest time, and I finally got one, so that's cool. I remember I had a phone very similar to this, except on track phone. It was the LG Optimus Fuel. I had a couple of these. I used it as a media device back in early 2016. And it was actually good for the time. Obviously, it's not really that good now because it runs Android 4. But I realized I forgot to include a couple media devices in the every phone I've used as a phone or a main phone or a media device. I actually used a Google Pixel 3a for a little bit in like June 2020. Used an iPhone 8 that I still have in June 2020. Used a Galaxy, that same S10 as a phone for like a couple days. Used an LG Stylo 2 in like late 2017 along with like a K7, all that kind of stuff. I used a bunch of different like media devices. It's really hard to keep track. iPhone 4S in 2015 as a media device. Literally, I used so many that I just couldn't include them all in one video. Most of them I didn't even have anymore, but they were just too many to include, like, because I switch a lot between, like, media devices. Currently, I'm using this XS Max, but, yeah. Next up, last phone, this True Connect crappy phone, literally doesn't show any signs of life, so it's literally just parts. Oh, so yeah, that's it. These are all the finds that I found during my trip to the coast that I went on today. We literally only went for like the day, drove down, hung out there for a bit, and then drove back. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.